Hi guys, I welcome you back to Global Education Zone, and this is another episode of Web Development with Android. And today I'll be talking about another aspect of web development, and let's talk in general of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, basically, HTML it is kind of the skeleton of your web page, while your CSS is kind of like the color, and your JavaScript is kind of like the muscles and the nervous system of your web page if you are looking at it like a functioning organism. Now, basically, these three different let's call them languages. They are used to structure your web page to make it functional, to make it useful. Now, basically, let's start by looking at HTML in sufficient detail. So for the next few episodes, we'll be looking at HTML in sufficient detail. Now, this HTML, we have what's known as elements. Now, each of these elements, they are the different sections. They are the different portions of your web page. For example, we have an element known as the paragraph. So this is it. My mouse is hovering over the paragraph element. This is the paragraph element. We also have the HTML elements. So now you can see that it is between tags. So this is a tag. Then this is for this paragraph. This is the opening tag for the paragraph, and this is the content of this tag. Then this is the closing tag. Now this closing tag it has for the opening tag you need a lesser than sign. Then you need the symbol for your element. The closing then the greater than sign. Then followed by your content. So whatever is going to be applicable to that element. Then you go again, you lesser than sign, then you use a forward slash, then you use the symbol for the element, and then closing. So this is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag, and this is specifically called the paragraph element. Now, this text within this is going to be part of this paragraph that I have here. Now, we'll be dealing with much more very different content more than this in this episode. So let's dive into this. Now, basically, this paragraph, yeah, you can make as many paragraphs as you want. Now, this paragraph, you can do as many as possible. For example, we have the first four. We have this P for the paragraph. We can also have another paragraph below it. So you just need your opening tags. So I'll make use of this shortcut here. So instead of using my keyboard, I can use it. Okay, but I would rather use the keyboard because it's learning the hard way. So basically, let me use another text. So this episode focuses on HT HT okay capital letter HTML tags and elements like paragraph. Now I also have the section elements. So this is an element that we have the article elements. Article elements. We have the body elements. We have the heading. We have the footer header. So this is supposed to be a header actually. This is supposed to be header, not heading. Heading doesn't exist. So I have to delete it. So I could go on and on the different classes of elements, but this is basically what we're dealing with. Now, if I were to execute this code, I will do that now. Executing this code. So you can see that now as I've executed it, you can see this how it looks. We can add a lot of color and a lot of wonderful things to this page using CSS. So before we finish this episode, I will create a CSS file which will link to this this web page. So let's open it. Let's make a new file. Let's call it dev with Android, development with Android and OID.css. So now let's save it. Now it will appear on the tab beside it. This is development with Android.css. Now this CSS we are going to be using some editing. We are going to be applying some editing. For example, we can decide that the paragraph element we have so you might not understand what I'm saying, but it's just stick with me. So we want the paragraph element. So you can remember that this P is for the paragraph element. So we want the paragraph element to have a color of pink. That means each of the text will have a color of pink. Then we also want the so let's follow that by a semicolon. Then we also have the want the background want the background color. So this will be dash. No? Background color as yellow. Now this is a simple CSS file. I will save it now. Let's go back to the HTML and then let's link it. So you make use of links in the heading of your web page. So I'll still teach this in greater detail, but this is just a snippet. So make use of a link. So this is the link sorry. So let's call it so we'll call that the title. That's dev with Android dot CSS. Now, the function of this is that it locates the page that has this title, and then it links it with this HTML document. So let's type link relation is so we'll decide what relation for that. Then we also have the type. So for relation, let's call it style sheet. Then the type, let's have it as text slash. Okay, that's backward. I need for text slash slash css. Now I'll close this tag with the greater than symbol, and then you see that when I execute this code, there will be some difference now. So as you can see now, this difference is caused by the CSS execution. I know that this might suck for now, but bear with me. So in subsequent video we'll be able to do much more on this. So there's a lot more of wonderful things you can do with this, as long as you have these Android apps. And if you are not using Android, you can make use of a virtual machine. But basically, that's for that. Now these are different elements we have. So we have the now there are some elements that will be inline, and some elements will be inside others. Some will be inside others, and some will contain others. So we'll talk about those different categories of elements too. So now basically that is as far as we can go in this episode. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.